inside of row number 3, in car 21, Roger Winchett. And outside in 32, Terry Flora from Springfield. Casey Spillers is next on the inside of the next row from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Then comes Mark Fesmeyer from Markville, Indiana. And finally, Steve Perkins from Frankfort, Kentucky. 8 laps for the first E-Mod heat race. So it's Drake and Zorn on the front row, Winchett and Flora in row 2, Spillers and Fesmeyer in the third row, and Steve Perkins rounds out the field in car number 35. 8 racing laps, the first time ever, E-Mods at Columbus Motor Speedway. Scott Drake with a bit of an advantage. He's raced here before in late model and limited sportsman competition. Scott Drake, your leader from Xenia in car number 91. Roger Winchett is second. Third in car 32, Terry Flora. It's still Scott Drake, your leader. 2 laps this time. Car number 38 is fourth. That is Casey Spillers from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now Scott Drake begins to pull out a bit of about a 4-car length advantage down the backstretch over Roger Winchett. Scott Drake, Roger Winchett, still your top 2. White flag the next time by for Scott Drake. Now car 38, Casey Spillers moving on the outside, racing for that third spot. Scott Drake has checked out meantime. And now Spillers on the move on the outside of Winchett. Your winner will be Scott Drake in 91. Second is Roger Winchett. Third goes to Casey Spillers. And fourth in car 32, Terry Flora. So car number 91 from Xenia, Ohio, Scott Drake, your winner. From Spencer, Indiana, on the inside of row number 1, alongside Kenny Reef from Lebanon, Ohio. Then comes Don Geyer from Coldwater, Michigan, and Dave Bice on the outside of that row from Avila, Indiana. James Davis is next. He's from Springfield, Ohio. And alongside in car 4L, that is Ken Love from Charlotte, Michigan. And finally on the tail, car number 9, Ken Rutherford from Inglewood, Ohio. Again, 7 cars, 8 laps. Your second E-Mod heat race. Car 17 jumps out to the early lead. He's followed now by car 23. See, 17 is Buddy Cunningham. Car 23 is Dave Bice. Now Dave Bice goes to work on Cunningham. That top spot. In third is Kenny Reef. David Bice outside and takes over the lead. In second is Buddy Cunningham. Third now is Kenny Reef. Dave Bice begins to stretch out that margin over Buddy Cunningham. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Still Dave Bice, Buddy Cunningham, Kenny Reef, and Ken Love, your top four. White flag this time for Dave Bice from Villa, Indiana. Buddy Cunningham is second. Ken Reef third. A good race for that fourth spot between Ken Love and James Davis as Ken Rutherford retires. Your winner, Dave Bice. Finishing second, Buddy Cunningham. Third goes to Kenny Reef. And finishing fourth, car number 98 was fourth. That's James Davis. So your winner again, David Bice from Villa, Indiana. He was the 1990 E-Mod champion, the 1990 and 91 Capital Speedway champion over in Indiana. This car sponsored by LaFontaine Area Distributing, Commercial Automotive. Car 31 from Holt, Michigan, Glenn Dubell. Then comes car 55, Denny. I'm going to take a guess at this one. Sekax from Springfield, Ohio. And car number 1, Ken Dayton from Fortville, Indiana. Next up in the lineup, car 45, Jerry Winget from Urbana, Ohio. And car R7, Roger Roush from Plain City. And on the tail, car 99, Donnie Jeske. And we had a false start there. Guys getting a little too anxious. So we'll reline them up and try to get them started this next time around.
Yeah, the tail, he just pulled in, so let's give him a wet leg. Just wait for the 5 minutes.
So we'll get them relined up. Mike Carroll, a late arrival here at the Speedway. He'll start on the tail. Mike Carroll in car number 2. And Mike Carroll unable to find the fire on that car. So we'll get a push truck headed this way. E-Mod, third heat race. And Roger Roush into it with Glenn Dubell down there in turns 1 and 2. Ken Dayton on the move on the outside. Your leader is 88 Adam Kiesling, but not for long, as Kenny Dayton is on the move, and Dayton, the new leader in car number 1. Adam Kiesling is second. Now Donnie Jeske up to third in car 99. Or is he? Roger Roush fights back on the inside for that third spot. They'll complete 3 laps this time. The halfway signal out this time around. Adam Kiesling still holds down that second spot while Ken Dayton has checked out big time. He's the leader, Kenny Dayton. Coming up next, the late model trophy dash immediately following this event. A white flag coming out this time around for Ken Dayton. Second is still Adam Kiesling. White flag. The winner from Fortville, Indiana, Ken Dayton. Second will be close. It'll be Adam Kiesling. Third is also close. We'll have to wait for an official finish. Finishing third, Donnie Jeske in car number 99. And fourth, car R7, Roger Roush. So the Skip Thornton in 86. Alongside in car number 9 from Columbus, Danny Eves in car number 9. The second row, car number 5 from New Carlisle, Ohio. It's Dick Dunleavy Jr. And on the tail, your fast qualifier with a time of 14.461, John Vallow from Miamisburg. Again, 4 cars, 4 laps. Thornton and Eves on the front row. Dunleavy and Vallow in back. And Eves gets the early jump on the outside of Skip Thornton. But Thornton rushes back in turns 3 and 4. It's Eves, your leader, but Vallow wastes little time. He wants to avenge that 8th place finish in the feature a month ago. Halfway. John Vallow, your leader. Second is Dan Eves. Now third, Dick Dunleavy. They'll get a white flag this time. Eves holds on, but Vallow is too tough, and your winner, car 21, John Vallow. Dan Eves is second, third is Dick Dunleavy, and finishing fourth, Skip Thornton. like this. On the first row, car number 39, Randy Maynard, and alongside in 82, Tommy Simpson. The second row, car 28 is Gary Brenner, and car 59, Burgess White. Then comes car number 27, Gene Ginn, and car 43, Wilbur Roby. And finally in car 41, John Sedlacek. So those are your combatants for the first late model heat race here this evening for Schaff Door Company and the Phone Works Night at the Races. The lineup, Maynard and Simpson, Brenner and White, Ginn and Roby, and Sedlacek out back. 10 laps. Burgess White into the back of Randy Maynard off the second turn. So we'll get them lined up and try it again. 10 racing laps. Tommy Simpson pulls ahead of Randy Maynard on the backstretch. Now Burgess White follows Simpson's lead. Burgess White is second. Tommy Simpson your leader. Randy Maynard is third. Halfway this time. And Gary Brenner with a spin in turn number 2. Will be twin 30-lap late model features. We're going to try to help our competitors make up the lost points. Twin 30-lap late model features next week. Tommy Simpson still the leader. Burgess White trying to find a way around. A good battle for that third spot. Randy Maynard on the inside back there. Gene Ginn trying to get by on the outside. White flag this time. Now Burgess White inside of Tommy Simpson. They make contact in turn 4. Simpson falls back to second. Burgess White leads down the backstretch. And the winner in car 59, Burgess White. Tommy Simpson is second. Third goes to Randy Maynard. Fourth is Gene Ginn, and fifth, John Sedlacek. So, exciting finish to the first late model heat race here tonight. Side in 04, Gene Harsh. The second row, in car number 6, it's Gary Williams, and alongside in car number 4, Larry Harris. In the third row, car 51 is Bobby Fye. In car number 1, Terry Humphrey. And finally, in car number 47, Larry Harris. See, we've got a blue Ford Ranger NF661XJ. It must be moved. Oh, I'm sorry. Your lights are on. That blue Ford Ranger, the lights are on. 10 laps. Carlton Smith in number 19 leads the field through turns 1 and 2. Gene Harsh is second. Gene Harsh squarely down in turn 4. Larry Harris now second. Up to third is Terry Humphrey. Now Humphrey to the outside of Larry Harris for that second spot. That's New Carlisle, Larry Harris in car 4. Columbus, Larry Harris in 47. Now fourth. Humphrey is second. Halfway. Humphrey begins to track down Carlton Smith. Humphrey is closing. White flag this time around. Your leaders are side by side. Now in command is Terry Humphrey from Columbus. Carlton Smith back to second. And the winner, Terry Humphrey. Carlton Smith finishes second. Third, New Carlisle, Larry Harris. And fourth in car 47, Columbus, Larry Harris. car number 61 from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, the feature winner 1 month ago. It's Mike Ward. Mike Ward in 61. Outside of Mike in car 26 from Columbus, Ohio, Bill Cantley. Row number 2 in car 83 from Pickerington, Ohio, it's Lonnie Rush. And outside of him in car 92, Donnie Renner. Then comes car number 98, Michael Rush. It's Mike Rush in 98, and car number 2, Robbie Dean. And finally, car 7, Bobby Edwards. 10 laps for the late model third heat race. And a false start, so we'll get a white flag out this time and try to start him again. Everybody was a bit squirrely coming off that fourth turn. Mike Ward takes the lead from his pole starting spot. Bill Cantley second. Donnie Renner is third. The leader is Mike Ward. Second is Bill Cantley. This time. Robbie Dean looking for a way around Donnie Renner for that third spot. Renner is third, Dean fourth. White flag this time for car 61, Mike Ward. Cantley stalks Ward down the backstretch. Donnie Renner is third, Robbie Dean fourth. But it'll be Mike Ward at the finish in car 61. Second goes to Bill Cantley, third Donnie Renner, fourth Robbie Dean, and fifth Bobby Edwards. Don't forget to check out the Columbus Motor Speedway t-shirts and sweatshirts. It's getting a bit nip out there. Some nice sweatshirts in the TBS Motorsports trailer and also in the Columbus Motor Speedway souvenir stand, which is just on the turn one side of the scoring tower underneath the main grandstand. Robin Pennington leads lap number one. Sam Heckman second, but now Jim Cruz trying to contest for that second spot with Heckman. Flag for Robin Pennington. Sam Heckman is still second. And the winner in car number 10, Robin Pennington. Heckman finishes second. Third goes to Randy Sward. And fourth, Jim Cruz. Sportsman heat race. On the pole in car number 75, it's Buddy Townsend alongside in 22, Donald Parsons. The second row in 37 is George Glick and 27, Jerry Buck. Then comes car number 31, that's Dennis Kelly, and car 72, Craig Parker. Next up, we've got 53, Russ Bobb, 26, Gary Carter, and 20, Mike Brown. 8 racing laps for the Limited Sportsman first heat race. Buddy Townsend in 75, the early leader. Dennis Kelly moves past to take that top spot. And here comes George Glick behind him. Glick now battling 75, Buddy Townsend for second position. So now 5 laps completed. Craig Parker up to second. He's right behind your leader, Dennis Kelly. Running third is Buddy Townsend. Fourth, Jerry Buck in car number 27. And fifth in 26, Gary Carter. White flag will get underway the next time around. Three laps remain. Dennis Kelly the leader. Dennis Kelly the leader. Craig Parker is second. And your winner of the heat race, Dennis Kelly in 31. Second goes to Craig Parker. Twin 30-lap late model features, plus a full program of limited sportsman and street stock racing action next Saturday night. So turn the VCR on to tape the Winston and come on down and check out Columbus Motor Speedway's NASCAR Winston Racing Series action. F10. The lineup for the heat race, the second heat race, Carl Stapleton in 33, Mike Rush in 98, Charlie Osborne and Donnie Renner make up the second row. The third row, Ken Sward and Jim Kidd. Then come Joe Hill and Bob Justice, and finally Donnie Gregory. 8 racing laps. Mike Rush, the leader in 98. Carl Stapleton is second in 33. Driver Mike Rush, your leader. They'll be halfway this time. Carl Stapleton is second. Donnie Renner still third. Bob Justice moving on the outside of Jim Kidd, back there for that 4th spot. flag for Mike Rush. Mike Rush, your leader. Stapleton is second. Donnie Renner third. A close battle for that 4th spot. But your winner, it'll be Mike Rush. Finishing second, car 33, Carl Stapleton. 4th was Donnie Renner. 5th, Bob Justice. And 6th, Jim Kidd. But your winner from Powell, Ohio, Mike Rush. Your fastest 4 street stocks. On the pole in car number 28, Fred Hartzell, and alongside in 44, your feature winner on opening night, Joe DeFelice. DeFelice also, by the way, the Rookie of the Year last year. Second row in car number 3, it's Butch McAllister, and alongside in 66, Paul Baker Jr., your fast qualifier. 4 laps. One lap down, and it's still Fred Hartzell, your leader. Cars running very close together down the backstretch. They'll be halfway this time. Now DeFelice with a bit of an advantage. They're still going. They're still going. I don't think we've seen the last of that. Hartzell's still the leader. Here comes DeFelice again. White flag this time. It don't get no better than this. Hartzell still with that advantage. DeFelice charges into turn 3. This will be it. Now DeFelice sideways. Your winner, Fred Hartzell. Finishing second, Butch McAllister. Third was Joe DeFelice. And fourth, Paul Baker Jr. On the front row, car 63, that's our only female competitor, Selena Osborne, and outside in 75, James Harding. The second row in 00, Ron Mangus, and in car 74, I don't have a clue who that is. We don't have a time or a name on car 74, so we'll have to figure out who car 74 is. Wait a minute, you know what? I messed up. I gave you the second row as the first row. We'll start over again. First row, car number 10. It'll be a long night. Marion Harper is in 10. And alongside, I got a first name Ken. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm on the ball tonight. Second row, Selena Osborne. Jeez, oh Pete. This lemonade's too much tonight. Outside in 75, James Harding. Ron Mangus and the unknown driver in 74 are next. Then comes Tom McCulley in 32 and 55. Dan Wilson. And finally, car 72, Rick Honecker. I hope that's right. Laps to go. Ron Mangus, the leader. Second, they tell me, is Roy Harding. Third is Selena Osborne. I know it says James Harding on the top of the window, but that's they tell me that's Roy Harding at 75. We believe. Your leader is Ron Mangus. Selena Osborne runs third. Now Tom McCulley in 32 off the track. Hello. Tom McCulley off the track, back on the track in front of car 55, Dan Wilson. The announcer is incorrect as usual. And third is Selena Osborne. Fourth in car number 10. I think he's fourth. Car number 10 is Marion Harper. 2 laps down, 6 remain. Mangus, the leader. James Harding is second. Selena Osborne third in car number 63. White flag this time for 00, Ron Mangus. James Harding in 75 is second. And your winner, Ron Mangus in 00. James Harding finishes second in car 75. Third in car 63 was Selena Osborne. So still 2 more street stock heat races and then a late model last chance race before intermission. And it will be a brief, emphasis on brief, intermission. Car 37 will start, let me start over again. Car 69 will start on a pole. That's Clyde Trowbridge alongside in 33 Jim McCauley. Next up in car 73 is Brian McDowell, and outside of him, car 70, Carl Thompson. Then comes car number 30, Billy Hundley, and outside of him in car 23, Mike Taylor. Finally, Bo Davis is in car 18, and car 25 is Bubba Parsons. Two weeks from tonight will be the Bob Evans Memorial Day Classic. And keep in mind, folks, you can pick up a order form or a entry blank for a chance to win a Bob Evans racing mini car at any of the Speedway concession stands. So pick up the order form down there and fill it out for your child. That little go-kart mini car from Bob Evans will be given away 2 weeks from tonight. 8 laps for the second street stock heat race. Jim McCauley the leader, second is Carl Thompson, third Clyde Trowbridge. Now Mike Taylor up to third in car 23. They'll complete lap number 3 this time. It's still Jim McCauley. Now Bubba Parsons makes a move on the inside of Carl Thompson for second. Parsons is now second. White flag in the offing for Jim McCauley this time. But here comes Bubba Parsons in 25 in a hurry. Parsons running the cushion up in turns 1 and 2. McCauley down low. It should be a close one. And the Oscar goes to Bubba Parsons. Jim McCulley comes home second, and third is Carl Thompson.
Hold on there, hold on there.
See, the lineup goes something like this. Car 35 is Tom Idle. Outside of him in number 12, it's Don Parsons. Then comes 27, Dave Dysinger, and 77, Don Townsend Jr. Then comes car 24, Mike Hamilton. Wait a minute. Oh. Now they're sending 77 to the tail. Here we go. So 24, Mike Hamilton is outside of the second row. Then comes 43, Mike Schweier. 41, Brian New. 36, Heavy Hill. And 77, Don Townsend. Racing laps. Parsons the leader. Mike Hamilton is second. Dave Dysinger third. And Mike Hamilton loses a tire. Tire's waiting right there for him when he gets out. So Mike Hamilton loses a tire. The tire ends up right beside him, exiting turn number 4 before the late model last chance race. The leader is Don Parsons. Schweier works a high groove around Don Parsons. They'll be halfway this time. Halfway for Mike Schweier. Second now is Don Parsons. Third, Dave Dysinger. And fourth, Don Townsend Jr. Schweier stretches it out over Don Parsons and Dave Dysinger. White flag this time. And the winner of the third Street Stock Heat Race, Mike Schweier. Second in a close race, Don Parsons. Third goes to Dave Dysinger. And finishing fourth, Don Townsend. Him from Cincinnati, car 41, John Sedlacek. The third row, Columbus, Ohio driver, car 39, Randy Maynard Jr. And another Columbus driver, car 43, Wilbur Roby. And finally, car 27, Gene Ginn. I believe Gene's from the Sydney area, somewhere up that direction. Gene Ginn in car 27. 7 cars, 4 cars transferred to the 35-lap feature event. This will be an 8-round match, an 8-lap race for the last chance in the late model division. With a spin in turn number 4 are your transfer cars.
Okay, with the
Burgess
cars that
White
went out in this race,
I'm not sure about the order of these, but the 4 cars are Burgess
left.
White, Gary Brenner,
so those 4 cars
John Sedlacek,
to the
and Gene Ginn.
Event.
I'll get you an official finish momentarily.
So that is the end of the last chance race for the late models.
Pole in car number 32 from Springfield, Ohio, Terry Flora. Outside in 17 from Spencer, Indiana, Buddy Cunningham. Car number 99 from Dayton, Ohio, Donnie Jeske starts third. And outside in car number 1, Ken Dayton from Fortville, Indiana. Next up, David Bice in car 23 from Avila, Indiana, and Casey Spillers from Fort Wayne. Scott Drake is next in car number 91 from Xenia, Ohio. Then comes Roger Winget from New Moorfield, Ohio. Car number 88, Adam Kiesling is next. He's from Cambridge City, Indiana. And alongside Kenny Reef from Lebanon, Ohio. Jim Davis from Springfield is next. And Roger Roush, Plain City, Ohio, make up that row. Then comes Steve Perkins, Frankfort, Kentucky, and Ken Love from Charlotte, Michigan. Holt, Michigan driver Glenn Dubell is next, and alongside him, Mark Fesmeyer. Then comes Don Geyer from Coldwater, Michigan, and Jerry Winget from Urbana, Ohio. Next up, it's Doug Zorn from Huber Heights, Ohio, and Denny Sakosh from Springfield. Then comes Mike Carroll from Kettering and Gary Hall from Martinsville, Indiana. 22 cars racing 30 laps. The EMA Championship Series makes their first ever debut here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Okay, everybody, this time around, the traditional 4 abreast start.
Oh, not start.
You mean they're not going to start them like this? Jeez, I want my money back. I'm leaving. Everybody up on your feet and wave your wife, your youngest child, whatever you got, wave it. We'll get a white flag from starter John Knuckles this time around. The line at the concession stand now, folks, is very short. "30 laps. A false start. False start is Terry Flora. Terry Flora was slow coming up to speed, so we'll have a complete restart. The outside front row car was lagging back. I guess, yeah, it was Cunningham, Buddy Cunningham, that was lagging back, actually. Sorry about that. These cars have a much slower start than people are familiar with here at Columbus. They really don't gas it until they come off the 4th turn. Terry Flora in 32 and Buddy Cunningham in 17, your front row. Terry Flora off to the early lead, followed by Buddy Cunningham and Donnie Jeske. Dave Bice now up to 3rd. Dave Bice is 3rd. Car 3088, Casey Spillers is fourth. The leader is Terry Flora. Second now, Dave Bice. Laps. Terry Flora, Dave Bice, Casey Spillers, and Scott Drake. Dave Bice from Avila, Indiana, putting some heavy pressure on your leader. Bice to the outside of Flora. laps, 10 laps. And Dave Bice, the new leader. Scott Drake is now third. Drake third in 91. Halfway. 20, car 23 your leader, 32 is second, 91 is third. Roger Roush in car R7. Roger Roush in car R7. Looks to be fire out the exhaust pipe. Rest of the racing for the E-Mod Tour, double file starts. $15 laps complete, 15 to go. Dave Bice second. In a close race, Terry Flora and Scott Drake. go. Dave Bice, your leader, 10 laps. Running order, Dave Bice in car 23. Then comes Terry Flora, Scott Drake, Casey Spillers, Ken Dayton, Roger Widget, and Donnie Jeske in 99. Car 23, your leader, down the front stretch right now. Car 23, the leader. 32 a second, 91 third, 38 fourth. White flag this time for car 23, rounding turns 3 and 4 now. Dave Bice, your leader, white flag right now. Car 32 is second, that's Terry Flora. Third is Scott Drake in 91. And the winner of the 30-lap E-Mods race from Avila, Indiana, Dave Bice. Terry Flora second. Scott Drake third, Casey Spillers fourth, Ken Dayton fifth. So again, the winner from Avila, Indiana, Dave Bice. Second, car 32, Terry Flora. Third, car 91, Scott Drake. And fourth in car 38, Casey Spillers. So what'd you think of the E-Mods, folks? White flag will get a start the next time around. Rush spins down the front stretch into the turn 1 wall. Laps, now your front row. Bill Cantley and Donnie Renner. 35 laps to go. Last week's month ago's feature winner, Mike Ward, is out. The leader, but here comes Robbie Dean. Cantley this time. Cantley on the inside, Dean on the outside. And Robbie Dean, the new leader. Robbie Dean, Bill Cantley, Donnie Renner, Danny Eves. Cantley tries to go to the inside of Dean, but he can't make it stick. Now Dunleavy starts to move, but here comes Cantley. Laps to go. To go this time, 5 laps. Here comes Robbie Dean again on the outside. flag. White flag this time. Who's it gonna be? It's the Big Bird on the outside. Everybody on your feet. Cantley on the inside. The winner's gonna be Robbie Dean. Come on, folks. Give it up for the Big Bird. Again, 25. Make that. Make that 30 racing laps, 30 laps. Leader is Carl Stapleton, second Charlie Osborne. Stapleton leader. Mike Rush is second. Laps now complete. Rush again on the outside of Carl Stapleton. Rush on the outside. Carl Stapleton holding on the inside. Kent Swart is third. Laps to go. Sam Heckman moving on the outside of Ken Sward. And Heckman is up to third. Sam Heckman third. 5 laps to go this time. 5 laps. Carl Stapleton has just broke out 2 laps in a row. Daytime to nighttime. So when you add to that the 1/4 of a second, that means 3/4 of a second actually. But anyway, back to racing. 4 laps to go. Mike Rush and Sam Heckman, who has been on the move lately, in 17 is second. Flag, and here comes Sam Heckman on the outside of your leader, Mike Rush. White flag. Another exciting race, just like the late models. It's Sam Heckman on the outside, Mike Rush on the inside. The winner will be Sam Heckman. So another last lap pass for the win in the Limited Sportsman feature. Sam Heckman came all the way from 11th starting spot. Say here. If I call your name, say goodbye. 25 laps to go. Joe Pittenger, the leader. Jim McCauley is second. Clyde Trowbridge third. Okay, Joe Pittenger is breaking out, running too fast, too much under his qualifying time. So car 37, Joe Pittenger, is disqualified. Your leader is now Jim McCauley. Second in 36 is Heavy Hill. Joe Pittenger in 37 is disqualified for running too much under his qualifying time. Your leader is the yellow and black 33 of Jim McCauley. Second is Heavy Hill in 36. Third is Dave Deisinger in car 27. Now Heavy Hill right on the back bumper of Jim McCauley. The race for the lead down the front stretch. And Heavy Hill the new leader. McCauley is back to second. And we got a red flag. As it looks like an engine, we've blown an engine on your leader is Heavy Hill. Second, Jim McCauley. Third, Dave Deisinger. Fourth, Fred Hartzell. Fifth, Paul Baker Jr. Heavy Hill the leader. Dave Deisinger is second. Paul Baker Jr. is third, but he's putting heavy pressure on Dave Deisinger for that second spot. Your leader is still Heavy Hill in 36. through turns 3 and 4, your leader. Dave Dysinger in 27 is second. Third in 66 is Paul Baker Jr. Close race for that second spot. Laps to go this time, 5 laps. Heavy Hill the leader, Dave Dysinger is second. Paul Baker third. White flag this time for Heavy Hill. Good race for that second spot. And now Paul Baker is second. Your winner, Heavy Hill. Second is Paul Baker. Third, Don Parsons. Fourth is Joe DeFelice. A wild finish. Thanks for coming out, folks. Your feature winners, Dave Bice in the E-Mods, Robbie Dean in the late models, Sam Heckman in the limited sportsman cars, and Heavy Hill in the street stocks. Twin 30-lap late model features next Saturday night. We apologize for the lateness of the hour, but we had over 100 race cars in the pit area tonight, and it just took a long time to run them.